Good evening. We begin with a tense flyover involving the Canadian military in a part of the world where it wouldn't take much for a small spark to explode into a wider conflict. The naval ship HMCS Toronto stared down Russian fighter jets as they came in close on open water. It happened on the Black Sea near the southern coast of Ukraine, where the Toronto is part of an international show of strength, keeping up pressure on Moscow. CTV's Ottawa Bureau Chief Robert Fife has the details.
Russia sent two of its fighter jets into the skies over the Black Sea Sunday, along with a surveillance aircraft to confront the Canadian frigate HMCS Toronto. The Toronto was en route to a three-day U.S.-led exercise with the Ukrainian Navy called Operation Seabreeze, an exercise aimed at deterring Russian aggression. At 7 in the morning, the two Su-24 fighter jets buzzed the Toronto.
Russian aircraft who came in at about 1,000 feet above sea level and about 600 yards off from the frigate.
One of the fighters came within 300 meters. The Toronto locked its radar weapon system on the Russian aircraft, but took no further action because sources say the planes were unarmed. Still, Defense Minister Rob Nicholson said in a statement, Russia's actions were unnecessarily provocative and risked escalating tensions even further. This naval expert says it's not surprising Russia sent the warplanes because it considers the Black Sea its backyard.
There's always an opportunity for something stupid to happen and somebody get in too close or somebody do something provocative that would actually escalate the incident and get quite dangerous.
Operation Seabreeze was planned long before relations with Moscow soured over its annexation of Crimea and intervention in eastern Ukraine. And Russia's provocation could lead to troubles next week when U.S. troops will lead a multinational ground exercise in Ukraine, with 14 Canadians taking part, something Russia has strongly opposed.
Russia's reckless actions in Ukraine have reinforced in all of us the need for allies and partners to work together.
A senior military official speaking on background told CTV Russia's actions were dangerous and raises tension in an already tense situation. Lisa.
Well, no doubt, Bob, it certainly does escalate the tension, but militarily, is there concern that this is more serious, or is it just the Russians sort of taunting?
Well, Lisa, I spoke to some retired admirals and frigate captains who say this was more a show of presence than one of force. The planes weren't armed, they didn't fire flares or lock on their fire control on the ships, and they didn't actually come that close. If that happened, the threat would be of greater concern. This was described to me as the old cat and mouse games that take place quite often. Incidents like this happened all the time with Iran buzzing Canadian warships in the Gulf. And one former admiral noted that Canada would likely do the same if Russian ships are close to the Canadian coast.
Okay, dangerous game. Bob, thanks for this tonight from Ottawa.